A great counsellor, very intuitive work, 20 years experience serving in the Shire, complementary alternative medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the issues are your tissues. Please welcome Karen Ewings.
Hi everybody. So I'm so very grateful and honoured to be here speaking tonight and sharing some of my wisdom with you. Some of us have already spoken tonight about the subconscious, and I'll be expanding a little bit more further on that tonight. I'm actually currently studying a technique so brilliantly developed by Darren Wiseman, who actually appears on the Heal documentary. I don't know if anyone's heard of Darren Wiseman, but he's magic. Where his technique helps to bridge the gap between the conscious and the subconscious mind, where symptoms and stresses are not problems, but used as portals to work with. The technique will go hand in hand with what I will be discussing tonight, where the issues are in the tissues. And I can't wait to adopt those practices into my modalities. Please bear with me as I refer to my notes, as I've never publicly spoken before, nor... Thank you. Nor have I ever publicly shared my story. In my first 6 decades of living in an incredibly blessed life, I have gained much knowledge and life skills, and I feel it's time to come out from underneath the rock and hopefully inspire you and shed some light on some mystery symptoms occurring in the pain body. How emotions can psychosomatically be stored and manifested through stress as discomfort and disease, and suggest some tools on how to shift them. Through my own adversaries, I chose, or more so, was guided in my work. I endured and conquered many challenges, I feel, for reasons. I needed to learn to experience the hardships and the blessings so that I can empathetically serve my purpose through my work that I do, and even more so, to heal myself. Part of my journey, after I divorced in 1998, I became very interested in alternative health. I decided to take a course in Swedish massage, and that was the beginning of my journey. It opened up a whole new can of worms. I became very intrigued and amazed at how the body works and how it can heal itself. I had a hunger to learn as much as I could, so I followed through with completing the diploma of Remedial Massage, and I decided to take the plunge, trust and follow my new passion. I left a stable job as a legal secretary of many years and trusted my path. Some would say that was a pretty crazy decision to make as an unsupported single mum. And at times I really don't know how I survived. But with every challenge and pushing through the obstacles, I evolved in becoming stronger and very much wiser. Long story short, or the short story, I have been in narcissistic relationships, been subjected to domestic family violence, endured hardship, loss and grief, not only from the loss of my 74-year-old father 13 years ago, but through the loss of my home and a previous business, through financial hardship. With having the doors of my wellness business several years ago closed, I felt like I had failed. I wanted the ground to swallow me up. I felt embarrassed, shamed and so deflated. But in reflecting, I actually realised that it wasn't a failure. It was just a huge lesson to reinvent the wheel on a more solid foundation. At that time, I hit rock bottom again and re-entered that dreaded black hole that I was so familiar with, letting depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, low self-worth all creep back in again. Over the years, I suffered with many minor diseases and discomforts in my own body. Loss of an unborn child, pneumonia a couple of times, pleurisy, multiple fractures in my foot, hernia operation, just to name a few. Not major, just annoying ailments. But through it all, I still had to show up for myself and look after and support my 2 beautiful children who are here tonight down in the back corner. Thanks guys for coming and supporting me. Love you. And most of all, I had to try to keep positive and put on a happy face and keep an even keel and look after myself. My suffering was mostly in silence, and so was my healing. At the time of my first business venture ending, I went into a place of total surrender where I had nowhere else to turn. I chose to turn my life around to make it work for me instead of against me and put a lid on that black hole once and for all. It wasn't a nice place to be, let me tell you. I remembered my favourite two two-letter words that had helped me along previously. If it is to be, it is up to me. If I desired change, I had to create it. At times I had other wonderful therapists along the way, holding a safe space in enabling me to heal, but they couldn't do the work for me, but did give me some tools to work with along the way. Over the past 20 odd years, I have read many self-development books and learned to meditate through many variations of meditation and continue practically every day with my chosen meditation practices that I feel work for me. I reckon I could now sit in the middle of Pitt Street and meditate. I found that inner work was the way to heal and evolve. It was all up to me to make my own changes, so I did, and here I am. And it's been quite a journey, and now I am very happy with my life in accepting who I am and who I was. So not only through my own challenges and life experiences, but through my work with my massage and my Reiki energy healings, I came to realise and intuitively found that we tend to store unwanted emotions that bring about discomfort and disease in the physical body. Certainly not all aches and illnesses are psychosomatic, but majority of them are the cause. I learned that the subconscious mind is beyond perception, but can influence us significantly. What's going on inside is going on outside. What's going on outside is going on in the inside. We tend to push unwanted feelings out of our awareness, suppressing them. Instead of acknowledging, processing and releasing these unwanted feelings, we bottle them up. To deny our feelings and emotions, we keep ourselves in a perpetual state of internal conflict. So compare your body to a pressure cooker. If it's allowed to vent its steam, it works efficiently. If it can't vent steam, the pressure continues to build until the lid blows off. Now imagine that the cooker is under pressure already and you apply more pressure to keep the lid on. When the container can no longer hold in all the pressure, it will break at its weakest point. Like the pressure cooker giving way at the weakest point of its structure, stress-related conditions will also likely develop in your body. The subconscious protects us. Everything starts with an energetic field and stores in our systems. The frequency stays in a vortex within our bodies. When we don't have the tools, strategies or support, in that present moment, the subconscious protects us by inhibiting us from having us process our emotions. We don't perceive truth, we perceive what we believe. Then the peptides bind on a cellular level, forming new cells, being dis-ease. But that's not the truth of who we really are. That is just the reactive reality. I found that your intent makes a difference on how you process and integrate on deep levels of the subconscious. All emotions have a unique frequency and energetic field, whether it be anger, sadness, joy or compassion. Your body will integrate and synchronise with these frequencies. And not only that, you tend to attract what you're vibing at, as Sam said earlier. You have probably read many quotes referring to being mindful of your thoughts. It's true. So consider these ailments, statements and feelings. Cystitis. What are you pissed off about? Constipation. Why are you hanging on to that crap? Why don't we just let it go? Fluid retention. Suppressed tears. Words we so unconsciously use that speak to our bodies that we might like to consider rephrasing, like, it's doing my head in. This gives me anxiety. I'm sick to the stomach. I'm so sick and tired. Of what? I feel like crap. Do you have eye problems? What is it you aren't wanting to see? Ear problems. What is it that you're not wanting to hear or not listening to? Perhaps you aren't even listening to yourself. Throat problems, not being heard or not being able to voice your truth, voice your truth perhaps. Chest problems, what is it that you want to get off your chest? Congestion and pneumonia can also be related to grief. The lungs are also sister organs to the intestines. Lower back pain. Lower back pain represents the basis of your life. Career, money, relationships, whatever is going on for you. So how are they for you? Shoulder issues. What are you shouldering? Upper body, thoracic area. Burdens in life, or perhaps with your posture, protection of the heart. Hip issues, feeling stuck in moving forward. Who's the pain in the neck? Do you hear yourself saying he, she or it is a pain in the neck? I actually worked on, when I was working for an osteopath many, many years ago, I walked into one room and I was working on the husband and he had a pain in the left side of his neck, and the wife was in the other room with the pain in the right side of her neck. But I found it really, really interesting and an observation back then, like 20 years ago, that they both said, he's a real pain in the neck. And he said, she's a real pain in the neck. And I went, well, that's really interesting. You both said you're a pain in the neck and that's what you come here for. So I just found that really interesting and an observation back then, 20 years ago. So that's how the body can store it. So apart from being postural, neck issues and migraines and headaches, temporal headaches, can sometimes be caused by jaw clenching. And jaw clenching is responsible for over 85% of chronic tension in your whole body. I also lost a tooth from jaw clenching many years ago myself. But that's how we store tension. We jaw clench without even realising that we're actually doing it. So if you can just be mindful throughout your day, take a moment, check in with yourself, find out how you're sitting with your jaw, your tongue, relax, breathe. Hemorrhoids. Who's the pain in the butt? Skin irritations. What in life is irritating you? Another thing would be to look at gut health. Most skin irritations are from the gut, and the gut can react with anxiety and stored emotions. Feeling unsupported. Some symptoms there would be your support systems. Conditions like hernia, prolapsed bladder, uterus, collapsed arches in the feet. These are just a few examples, but you would get my drift. So I'm just going to try a little exercise with you. What I'm going to get you to do is just sit for a moment, closing your eyes, taking a breath. And I just invite you to say in your own mind, I feel like crap. Connect with the feeling. What does it feel like? Now just take a big, deep, healing breath. Now flip it to a more positive statement like, I feel amazing. I am amazing. I am courageous. I am strong. I am vibrant. Feel those words resonate in every part of your being. Have you noticed a difference? From feeling like crap to feeling how you're feeling now? The body keeps the score. The origin of your pain lives in your body. You can make a huge difference when you show up for yourself. Once the contractions begin, the baby is born. I have mentioned to my clients, life is like rapids. You can get caught up in a boulder and feel stuck, but you have to make choices to be in the flow again. There may be a few boulders you may need to wriggle out of and work through. Some could be more trying than others. But once you reach to the bottom of the rapids, after the turbulence and after all that hard work, where are you? What is at the bottom of the rapids? Peace, smooth sailing, tranquil waters. you're in the flow. So we easily get stuck in a pattern of belief without realising it. Being aware instantly and pulling ourselves up out of the negative statement and being aware of how we are talking to our bodies, rewiring our thought pattern before it begins to manifest into stress, anxiety, depression and disease, etc. So some ways of managing stress, as we've all been speaking of various things tonight, I'll be adding. So we want to look at what's causing the stress. Learn some stress relieving strategies that work for you. There's quite a bit on offer tonight, we've all been talking about. Prioritise your workload. Meditate. Learn to go within. The more you practice, the easier it becomes, and listen to your higher self. Breath work. Breathing techniques can calm your body and your brain in just a few minutes. Prioritise exercise. Exercise is fantastic for mental health and stress. Adopt healthy eating habits. Acidity creates brain fog, so try for a more alkaline diet. Walking, suck in the fresh air and walk with mindfulness, being aware of your senses and connecting with nature and being present in that moment. Yoga, healing modalities such as massage and Reiki, for instance. Therapy, psychology, hypnotherapy, counselling, etc. They all help. Another suggestion would be to wind down before retiring to bed, turning off your devices about an hour beforehand, allowing your mind to relax without those distractions, and make your bedroom your sanctuary for rest. Make it ambient, no gadgets, no television. Express more gratitude. The feeling of gratitude is one of the highest frequencies in the consciousness, and it will help to raise your vibe. Start journaling. Apart from what Sam said earlier, add this into it if you may. Write in your journal 5 things you're grateful for each day, and in time you will easily be writing more than 5. Trust me, I've got many journals. And after that, you could try writing 5 I am statements. For example, I am amazing, I am confident, I am worthy, I am healthy, I am vibrant. Whatever your heart desires to feel, no matter how you're feeling, write it down. But it's just as a statement. But it's not just a statement. Sit with it, connect with it, feel it, and feel it in every part of your body. How would it feel? To feel amazing, to feel confident. Go with that and write whatever it is that how you want to feel. It's important to keep looking at the tools and that individually suit you, that would help you manage life's inevitable ups and downs in a healthy way. Keeping stress at a manageable level is important for your overall well-being. Being aware if you are reacting to a situation or responding to a situation. Learn to step out of the vortex and set some healthy boundaries for yourself. And most of all, whatever your heart desires, feel that and connect with that. The key to your healing exists within your body, and all the wisdom you need to heal is always within you. We have some amazing and well-trained practitioners, therapists and facilitators in our Shire that can hold a safe space and give us tools to work with. It's just a matter of finding ones that resonate with you. And as a matter of fact, we have some pretty awesome ones at my wellness studio in Barania. We also have breathwork and meditation at our studio. We have breathwork with Paul Barnett from Focus Therapy this Saturday morning from 7 till 9, and we also have the Wim Hof breathing method technique workshop on the 29th of November with Jimmy Tranter. So they're all helpful. And Sam does breathwork, I believe. So anyway, that's I thank you for listening to me, and most of all, I thank you all for showing up for yourself tonight, and I wish you happiness, thriving mind, thriving body and a thriving soul, and to always be able to live the life that you desire and that you so deserve. Thank you so much.